8 episodes of Swing Makeover did a nice job of breaking down the swing into the basic elements, listening to our staff and the pros explain how a natural power swing, whether it was Babe Ruth almost 100 years ago or a young star like Chris Larson in today's pro game, the swing is still the same base of using the hips and wrists in sync. We work with hundreds of athletes every year for baseball, fast pitch, and slow pitch. And I'm never surprised anymore to hear that most of these athletes do not have a system of hitting or even a focus when they get to the plate. They get up there and they just try to swing the same way and tweak it every time, and they're never able to identify or even train or drill the breakdowns in the swing. So today I'm going to present to you a program that we developed called the Palm-Up Pushsnap. It's a very simple program that consists of 2 parts, 2 focuses, and you're able to drill, train, and identify what part is breaking down. So after a while, you're not going to be a slave to swing mechanics, and you can work more on the other parts of your game. The Palm-Up Pushsnap involves 2 basic parts. And the first part is your timing and your stride. You get in your good stance with the hands back, elbow down, like we talked in the previous Swing Makeover sessions. You wind, your body starts forward. You have yourself balanced on the inside of the back foot. Wind, and you quickly reach your front foot back, and it lands out ahead of you, creating your stride, the weight transfer, the foot plant, and we're ready to drive our hips open against the front bracelet. So it's simply part 1 is a wind for the timing, front foot's down, and your hips are already starting to drive open. The second part just simply involves focusing on the rear hip, understanding that the front hip will drive backwards, they torque against one another, but it's more of a brace right now. It's a brace that we drive back against, but this hip is going to go from here all the way around to here. So we're going to focus on the rear hip, pushing our upper body open. We're going to totally ignore our upper body and just think about our top hand palm up. The rear hip pushes the body open, and of course naturally that's going to push the top hand. And all we need to do to put the bat head on the ball is to extend that arm within that rotation and that push and flex the wrist sideways a little bit, and we get a palm-up push-snap. And we continue to push all the way through until the swing is done. The top hand's in a better leverage position. It's what's going to push the bat head around. So we can rotate, push, extend the arm, and flex this wrist sideways, as we talked about in previous Swing Makeover episodes. And we get a great snap. Rotate, extend, and snap. Thus, palm-up push-snap. And look how nice and steady that is. On a nice straight line and path to the ball, there's a lot of consistency. When you use a swing, it's very easy to drill. So we're going to showcase this system in the next 3 or 4 Swing Makeover series and show you some of the before and after athletes like Dave North, Bear, all the other guys that we've worked with over the course of the past 2 years. We're going to see how simply they're able to put this system to work.
Tonight we're out swinging the Demarini new ASA standard bats. We've got the J3 and the Foo Dog. They both have a little bit different feel. I'll give you my feedback on it so you can make a decision for yourself. Felt pretty good. It's got a softer feel, but when you get it right on the sweet spot, it goes. It just does, it has a little bit more of a subtle feel compared to the Foo Dog.
How do you have to feel that, Brett?
That's got a nice hard feel to it. It's got a stiff handle, the stiffest handle of the bats that they make. I really like this out of the wrapper. It's a good feeling bat. Definitely does have a break-in time. I mean, you have to put some swings on it. It just gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and we haven't even gotten to the peak yet.
I usually like the more flex of a bat more so than the hard bat, so I'd probably say I like the Juggy a lot more than I like the Foo Dog.
So the new ASA standard bats, the Foo Dog and the J3, both great performance out of them. 2 different feels though. A little bit softer feel with the J3 and a stiffer handle and a harder crisp feel with the Foo Dog, which I prefer, but a lot of guys like the soft feel of the J3. Performance on the sweet spot of both bats are excellent right out of the wrapper.